Okay, welcome, welcome, welcome. Always a pleasure to be here. Let's see who's showing up today again. I want to talk about the importance of not chasing anything. So don't chase. Very, very important uh, what I'm about to say. But first, happy Sunday or happy Monday or whatever part of the world you're in. Feel free to let me know where you are connecting from, of course. Always a pleasure to have all these wonderful people. Johnny, thank you for the rose, my friend. Okay. Subscribe in 2 weeks. Awesome, my friend. That is very, very good. Good thing I love and light. All right, awesome. A few people jumping in already. That is good. Seems like Sunday is a good day for a lot of people. Hi from Montreal. Unless, of course, you're in Australia, and it's probably Monday already, or New Zealand, right? All good. So, for those of you that are here for the first time, welcome. Of course, you are always welcome to check my page here on TikTok. And if you like what you see, you can always push a follow. And at the same time, you can also touch or hit the little bell icon so you get notified every time I actually do a video. Okay. And for those of you that wanted mentorship, of course, you can always find me if you click on my link tree at the bottom of my profile page. That will direct you to my website and you can figure out things from there. And for those of you that want to subscribe, this is your opportunity. You can do so while I am live. Anybody that does and wishes to can have a 15-minute complimentary Zoom meeting with me, one-on-one, just to touch base. Okay, so back to the topic. The importance of why you should never chase. Okay, and when I say don't chase, I literally mean don't chase for anything. All right. But let's get some more likes here, because the more likes we get, it's very easy to do. When you tap your phone screen, likes will come up, right? So the more likes we get, the more of a feeding frenzy, of course, we create here on TikTok. It just seems like this platform loves it when we do that. And of course, feel free to share to as many people as you think that this might be beneficial to. Okay? So, the importance of not chasing. This is what happens when we chase. Okay? When we start chasing something, and it could be an object, it could be a relationship, it could be a job. Katrina, hello, my wonderful friend. It could be anything that we might think that is worth chasing. What we are creating is we are creating lack of. The fact that we are chasing something means that we don't have it. By thinking like this, what happens is we create an energetic block. Okay? And by creating an energetic block, guess what happens? That energy that we just created as a block now just becomes bigger and bigger and more powerful. And not to mention that we create a distance from what we are trying to chase, right? Now we look at it from the distance because we're showing lack of. In order to bring this into your physical reality, you have to see it as already been done. It's there, okay? You don't need to chase it. So when you see it as being done, you connect with who you are. You connect with the reality of things, because the reality of things is that we don't have, space and time doesn't exist in other dimensions or any other reality, right? So we just reach out and we bring it here as being complete. Energetically, very, very important not to chase, okay? Instead, become aligned with whatever it is that you want, okay? And how do you do that? By, like I said, by seeing it as already been done, by seeing it as being complete. You become aligned with it, and then what happens, the universe will actually deliver it to you. So no need to chase, it will come to you if you are in alignment with it, okay? And of course, this has to do with any kind of energy, with anything. Okay, the more you chase something, the more of a barrier you create. So I see a few people are here already. I'm always open to your comments, of course, right? They don't necessarily have to be regarding this topic. They can be regarding any other topic. Okay, so let's see, first of all, where you are connecting from, and of course, what comments you might have. Johnny, yes, brother, love and light. Good to see you. Good to see you as well, my friend. Not a problem. Okay. Marion, good thing. Love and light. Awesome. Love and light to you as well. Okay. Let's see who else is here. Just joined from the UK. Awesome. Thank you, Bev, for being here. Quite a few people actually from the UK. I guess our time difference is not that much, so that's awesome. Nice of you to be here. Of course, Montreal, Slovenia is in the house. Hello from Trinidad. Very nice. I love to see all you wonderful folks from around the globe. Kenya's in the house. That's very, very good. Happy Sunday to one and all from New Jersey. Thank you, my wonderful friend from New Jersey. Always a pleasure to also have my American friends here. Always awesome. Who else is here? Katrina, of course, hello. Nice to see you. Nice to see you as well. Katrina, hello, my wonderful friend. That's awesome. Thank you for being here. Bev. So when you desire something, is that lack? So when you desire something, it depends on what kind of energy you put on it, Bev. So there's nothing wrong with desiring. The issue becomes when you chase it to the point where that lack is created. Okay, of course we desire stuff. That's totally normal. But what I'm saying is don't create that distance. Don't create that energetic blockage. That's what I'm talking about. So if it becomes an obsession, I want that car, right? I really need that car. I want that car. I want that car. And it becomes an obsession. That's when you create that distance. Okay? So you want to see it as it's already been here. Okay. Thank you. So how to raise energy when feeling a little under the weather? So that is a common question, actually. And the best way, of course, to do it would be if you can emotionally bring yourself to that vibration. But for some, it is very, very hard unless you've actually practiced it. So the best way for you to do it is, of course, to ground yourself, right? If you can go outside for a walk, by all means, go outside. Take that walk in nature, because nature will always bring you into a higher vibration. If you can go by the water, right? Surround yourself by water or by trees. Because again, trees, forest, water, they have a frequency about them, especially the water that has a frequency that really resonates with our body. Because keep in mind, our body is 70-75% water itself. And when we approach a large body of water in its natural state, I'm not talking about a swimming pool, I'm talking about rivers, lakes, oceans, seas, streams, that kind of stuff, waterfalls, right? When you approach them in that environment, then your vibration will also raise. Okay, so try to keep yourself in a more natural environment. Okay, Ron Swanson, thank you for being here. I love your galactic French. Thank you, DJ Rock. You're awesome. Thank you for being here. Okay, so Johnny, this is true. I have been wanting to reach stateside for a couple of years. Okay, so stateside is actually good. DJ Rock, that's awesome. Netherlands, thank you for being here from Netherlands, Johnny. And the universe is letting me know the time is ready without chasing it. USA in May for me. That's awesome. I'm going to be in the US tomorrow. Actually, I'm on the border, so I go to the US quite often. If you've never been there, Johnny, depending on where you go, you're gonna like it. It's a nice country. Okay, Deborah from BC, Canada. Awesome. Thank you for being here. Whiskey 6, okay, so-called. Awesome, thank you. Happy, I like that, happy. Also, I'm feeling less passionate about my schoolwork. Very uninterested in college. What do I do? So, generally speaking, you would feel like that. Most students actually feel like that in college, believe it or not, or in university. Because I will tell you what happens. What we are being taught, I'm not trying to discourage you, of course, from your schooling by all means. But what we are being taught is not necessarily what we are in alignment with. Okay, and that is very, very hard to balance ourselves with. But the only thing that I can tell you is that you are where you need to be, because you are going to expand from that knowledge that you're getting and that overall experience. So be fully present in the moment, okay, and be aware of the moment. So instead of you putting a prejudgment of how that day is going to look for you, like when you go to your classroom, right? Just be present in the moment. You're going to find two things out. You're going to find that being present is not that hard, and you're going to find that your day is going to go by much, much easier, much better, because you are not putting any resistance in it. Every time we don't like something, we create resistance without us really becoming aware of it. But when we bring our awareness to the actual scenario that is playing out, our resistance lessens and it becomes more enjoyable. Try doing that, my friend. Love and light. Thank you for being here, Denzel. How did you obtain this knowledge? So this knowledge is available to everybody as long as you know how to connect with yourself. I've done a few videos already on that. I've done a few lives on that, how to connect with yourself. If you need more info, you can always reach out. Once you connect with yourself, you connect with everything, believe it or not. And this knowledge is not something hidden. It's out there for everybody to discover, as long as you are open and willing to accept it, of course, right? All right. Maja, thank you for those beautiful hearts there. And Jay Lena, I guess, yeah, isn't it so that our Creator gives everyone what He Himself gives? So that's beautiful. I like that, what you just said, right? If you do the so-called meditation that you probably weren't yesterday on my live, but there is a certain way to discover who you are, the self, and by doing so, you will also be connected with what you just called the Creator, right? The way you do this, of course, is if you start shedding all your past experiences, all your future expectations, even your present moment. You just shed everything away, just clear everything away, at least for a few minutes. Just be with yourself for a few minutes, right? Get rid of your thoughts, get rid of your emotions. You can always go back and pick up where you left off, and you can bring all that, baggage back. But just for a few moments, just, let everything clear out. And you're going to find that what you are left with is what we call the self. The self is who you really are. Once you've connected with the self, then your answer about the Creator will also be available to you. But you are right, in a sense, yes. Okay, you have everything right there. Hi from Calgary, hello. Macedonia, hi, hello my wonderful friends. Greetings from Hamburg, Germany. Wow, a lot of people from around the world. Love and light, BC, Canada. I see a few people from BC. Jersey again, Annie, thank you for being here. Somewhere over the rainbow. I love it, Harry. That's awesome. Everybody reaps what he sows. I guess you can say that. You do create your own reality after all. So, yes. Love and light to you. Haley Nelson, thank you for being here. Always nice to have you on board and connecting with you. And I love the blue heart, by the way. That's awesome. Dante, hello. Bev. So that makes sense why people are happier in summer, because probably barefooted and absorbing the energy. Yes, it will help a lot. When you are outside, and you just made a very good point there, Bev. And the point is, if you truly want the full benefit of everything, yes, you should go barefoot actually, because again, you are touching the earth. You have direct contact with the earth. So you don't need to really imagine that you have roots coming out of your legs and you're connected and all that stuff, because you're actually touching the earth. You're going to feel the benefits. Plus, let's not mention, or let's do mention actually, that our skin is the biggest organ in our body, and when we actually walk around barefoot, we do absorb nutrients from the earth directly into our body, right? Not to mention that even if it is cloudy, believe it or not, the light still manages to come through. So the light, the sun, comes through, and our body, our skin, absorbs all that energy in as well, and it is very, very beneficial. So yes, but even in winter, if you can manage to go outside, close to nature, you're still going to feel similar effects. A shadow from the beginning can chase a person. Hope can answer. Thanks. Hope can answer. Okay, so your question is, a shadow from the beginning can chase a person. Nobody can chase you. Let me put it to you that way. The shadow is a label that we've put, or an interpretation that we've put onto something. If we stop labeling things, and if we stop trying to interpret things, just let them be the way they are, you're going to see that nothing is chasing you. Okay? Nothing can chase you. Let me put it to you this way. Evil is created in our mind. There's only source, there's only light, and you can only experience the darkness, or the so-called evilness, if you want to call it that, if you pinch yourself off from the light. It's like a hose with running water that you're gardening outside with. If you pinch that hose off, the water will stop, right? The flow will stop. So all you need to do is just let it flow again, and you're back to source, back to the water. The same thing happens in this scenario. Fear is one of the most limiting energies that you can feel. Don't let any shadows of fear keep you down. You're wonderful. Remember that. Any way to open your third eye? Yes, your third eye is already open. You don't need to open your third eye. Your third eye is already open. What you want to do is you want to bring information through your so-called third eye. In that case, what you want to do is just simply focus on it. Just put your attention on it. That's it. You don't need to do anything else. As a matter of fact, everything, most things, if not everything, gets resolved or gets activated the minute we focus on them, the minute we put our attention on something. The minute we put our awareness on something, it changes it. Your third eye is no exception. You just focus your energy on this spot, just your attention, I should say, on this spot, and you're going to feel a tingling sensation, or maybe a vibration, or maybe a little bit of both, or maybe a little bit of heat. Some cases, even a little bit of chills. You might even feel a cold spot for some people. Whatever you feel, That's all good. That's how you activate that. Hello, my friend. From South, yes. Hi from Coquilder, Ireland. Awesome. Thank you for being here, Mary. Love and light to you. Always nice to have you here. Hello, my wonderful friend, Katrina. Tap the screen, everyone. Thank you, Katrina. Let's get more likes. Absolutely. The more likes we get, of course, the more of, I call it a feeding frenzy we create here. TikTok loves it when we, have a lot of likes to push the video out to more people, and then more like-minded people, of course, will jump on board and will get to know our great community. As a matter of fact, through my lives, believe it or not, I've had people connecting between them with one another, and they've created a relationship between them, and that is awesome. I love to see that. This is how we build our community. Okay, very, very good. How has everything happened now, sir? I'm not sure I understand your question. How is everything happening now? Or I don't quite get that question. Maybe you want to elaborate. Everything is happening simultaneously, I'll tell you that. You just are experiencing whatever is happening in a linear time frame because we chose to come here to experience everything in a linear time frame. So whatever is happening, don't worry about it. It's all good. Hello from Thessaloniki. Thank you for being here, my wonderful friend. I've always said that I love Thessaloniki. Thessaloniki is the second largest city in Greece, and it is a beautiful city in northern Greece, actually. Thank you for being here. Netherlands. Hello, my wonderful friend. You rock, brother. So do you, Anthony. You rock as well. Everybody that's here rocks. Hello. Awesome. Hello from Zambia, Africa. That's nice. I love that. Hello from Romania. St. Catharines, of course. I'm assuming it's St. Catharines, Ontario, right? Canada. Welcome. I love it. Hello, 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 my friend. Lady, okay. Crossing before your eyes. Beautiful. Okay. Thanks. Thank you. Follow the host. Awesome. Jazz. Hello. Thanks. God, I catch your live. Thank God I catch your live. Okay. Every day I am listening all your videos on YouTube. Thank you. Thank you for listening to the videos. So generally speaking, the videos that I upload on YouTube, since you mentioned it, are all the lives that I do from here. And the reason for that is because the lives are, after they're done, of course, they go private, right? And I can't put them anywhere else. And after 60 days, I believe they get deleted from TikTok, right? I'm talking about the lives. So I take them and I upload them on YouTube because there's a lot of useful information, and there's a lot of interaction with a lot of you there, and I just love it. So I upload them on YouTube. Of course, I upload other things on YouTube as well, all related to, spirituality and empowering ourselves, of course, right? But yes, thank you. Thank you for watching me on YouTube. I appreciate that. Hello, hello. Hi from Norway, Spirit Hippo. Always a pleasure to have you here. Marlena, hi from Romania again, Norway. Okay, Isaac, hi my friend. Are you from Greece? Gigi Hall. I was born in Greece, yes. My parents were Greek, so I guess that makes me Greek. I consider myself to be, I'm not even going to get into that. Let's say universal soul. I'll just leave it at that. That's awesome. Hello everyone. Hello. Hello from USA. All right. Lebanon. Very, very good. How's everything happening right now? Again, can you elaborate what you mean? Hello, beautiful people. Good to see you again. Much love, Johnny. Thank you for being here. Greetings from Connecticut. Wow. I see I have quite a few American friends here. I was in the U.S. Thursday, and I'm going to be back there again tomorrow. So I love going over there. It's beautiful. I'm right on the border anyway, so why not, right? Greetings from Connecticut again. Yep. Okay. Joseph, reading an awesome book by Dolores Cannon. Okay. The Three Waves of Volunteers and the New Earth. Awesome. How do you like the book? I've never read it personally. I've heard about the book through various sources, and I know a little bit about Dolores Cannon. Not a lot, but a little bit. But that's wonderful. Thank you for sharing. Hello from Tennessee. That's awesome. Gigi. I'm American, but my family is from Macedonia. Beautiful. That is very, very nice. Thank you for being here. Thank you for connecting. It is all fantastic. Hi from California. Wow. So many Americans here today, and I love it. I love it. You know, one day I'm thinking of actually spending 6 months out of the year in Arizona. I have a lot of people down there, especially around the Scottsdale area. So, yeah, I really love Phoenix, Scottsdale. I've been there. I drove there. It took me 33 hours from where I am. And then on the way back, it took me 37 hours to come back because I went up to Denver, Colorado. Not intentionally, by mistake, but it was a good mistake. Therefore, mistakes don't exist, right? Always wanted to go to Denver, and I managed to go. Okay, so, love it. Very informative. Thank you, my friend. Once I experienced enlightenment, how can I get back there? Everything you are talking was revealed. So, all right, I think I'm going to do it again. I'm going to do another video. I think I'm going to do a video on this, right? So, the way you want to experience enlightenment is, first of all, to discover who you are, to discover the self, all right? I'm going to do it really, really brief here since you asked, because there was another person that asked as well, okay? So what you want to do to discover this, for a brief moment, even if it is 3 minutes, 4 minutes, 5 minutes, doesn't matter, okay? I want you to forget about what you did 5 minutes ago. I want you to forget about what you did an hour ago. I want you to forget about your whole past, everything. Just put it on the side for a few minutes. Just leave it on the side, okay? Now, did you do it? Once you've done that, any future expectations that you have, anything that you want to do, even if it's 5 minutes from now, an hour from now, whatever it is, just put it on the side. You can always come back and pick up where you left off, and you can have all those issues that you had in the past, or all those good experiences, or whatever expectations you have in the future. You can always go back and pick them up again. Just for 5 minutes, leave them alone. Also, we're not done there. I want you to also leave any present moment thoughts that you have on the side. Even the present will interfere with this, okay? And I am a big advocate of being present and focused on the moment, of course, for anybody that knows me. But for this one, you need to let all that go. So, past is out the door. Future, out the door. Present, out the door. Okay? And now, whatever you are left with, emotions, thoughts, I want you to throw all that out too. United Macedonia, thank you. I want you to throw all that out as well. All right? So, when you just strip everything away from you, everything away, preferably you do this with your eyes closed, because when you have your eyes closed, there's no distractions from the outer world, and you automatically focus inward. That's the idea of closing your eyes. It's very, very significant for this exercise, okay? Once you have completed this, and you realize that you are just sitting there alone, with no thoughts, no emotions, no past, no future, no present, you're going to find that you are left with what we call the self. Katrina, thank you. You are left with the self. Okay? When you are left with the self, try to rationalize, try to figure out what this self really is. Does it have a gender? When you're in the spot, just try to analyze it. Does it have a gender? When you're just left with that and everything else is gone, I'll answer it for you. No, it doesn't. Does it have a race? Think about it. No, it doesn't. Does it have a color? No. Does it have a specific description to it? Does it have a body? Is it a mist? What is it? No. I'll go deeper than that. Does it have a beginning? Go ahead, look as far as you can. Just examine it. Does it have a beginning? No. I'll go even deeper. Does it have an end? No. What is it? When you've reached that state, enlightenment comes. Then you are enlightened. When you reach the state of being with the self and only the self, you have become enlightened. If you want to label it that, because even that is not part of the teaching. It's not part of, we don't want to put any labels on it. Just be there. But just for understanding what we're talking about, just because you use the word enlightenment, I'm throwing it back at you so you can connect with it. That's how you discover enlightenment. And this is how you experienced it before. Somehow, somewhere, you were in that blank spot, and somewhere, somehow, you asked yourself, who is in this black spot, in this blank area? And the answer came to you. And now, because you've had a taste of it, you want to go back to it. That's why you're asking me this. And it's very, very common. When you have a taste of it, you always will want to go back to it. And as a matter of fact, once you understand how to get into it, you are going to be operating from that state all the time. And once you operate from that state all the time, there are no limits to you. That's why I call this Unlimited You. It's all about you. And I also switched it to Divine Awareness because this is what you are. That's how you do it, my friend. Can you please send some healing energy? I am sick. Ma, remind me, okay? I will send you some, definitely. Remind me. I do have a lot of requests, so remind me. Just DM me. You know where to find me, Ma. From Etitria, okay. Thank you for being here. United Macedonia, thank you, my friend. Yes, it's absolutely beautiful out west. Yes, it is. Thank you, Joni. Talking about Arizona in general, California, yes. I love it out there. As a matter of fact, as we speak right now, my family, one of my sons and my wife is in Sedona. They're coming back tomorrow. So, yeah, I'm looking even at staying out there maybe 6 months out of the year. Sedona is very, very spiritual, by the way, for those of you that might want to ask why Sedona. It's a very spiritual place, and it's a place where, along with New Mexico, of course, for all my American friends, maybe they might know this, Sedona has attracted a lot of spiritual people and a lot of spiritual masters. There's something special about it. All right. Gigi, Your content is so amazing. Much appreciated. Thank you, my friend. I love the fact that you love what I have to say, and I always, of course, appreciate and respect all your input and your ideas. Miracle, thank you. Yeah, you saw the miracle part. It is amazing, yes. Thank you for that. Good to see you. Thank you, Dave. Shahir is in the house. Hello, my friend. Love and light to all beautiful souls and gorgeous wise man. Thank you, Shahira. Always a pleasure to have you here, like usual. Okay. Every time I see you on here, of course, you put a smile on my face, of course. And Katrina, let's not forget about you. United Macedonia, all of you. I love you guys. Lonely man. Lonely or lovely? No? No? I'm not sure if you were trying to say lovely or lonely. Because if you're assuming that I'm lonely, I assure you I'm not. I'm quite filled with my existence and experience. Once you understand what I'm talking about, you're never going to feel lonely, ever. Love you, brother. Thank you. Awesome. Okay. I don't know what you're trying to say. No, no, no. Your lives are awesome. Thank you, Katrina. You're so amazing. Okay, what is this? This no sharing. I don't know what you're saying. I saw a shadow of me. So you saw a shadow of you. It is very, very common actually to see shadows of you. So every time you see a shadow of yourself, just don't be scared. Don't be afraid. So believe it or not, I've said it many times that you exist on multiple dimensions. You simultaneously are in multiple dimensions. And every time, believe it or not, I'm going to tell you something that I haven't said to anybody before, and I haven't even done a video on it, but I think now I will do a video since I'm bringing that up. You know all those spirit guides that try to communicate with you? Do you know those shadows, all the numbers that you see, those random numbers, 1111, 333, 1212, whatever number it is, 1010, whatever number it is, all those messages are coming from you. Your spirit guides are you in a different dimension. Okay? It is always you reaching out to you to awaken you. Quite mind-blowing, isn't it? I'm going to repeat that again. It is you sending messages to you. You are in a different dimension. You from this dimension can't see you from that dimension. You can feel you, or you can understand certain things, like when you're picking up numbers like 1111 or and so on, you know, stuff like that. But it is definitely a message from other yous. All right. See what you got me to say now? I got to do a video on that. So that shadow that you see is you, definitely. Thanks a lot. It is so true. Yes, thank you. Can you project some healing energy onto me? Ramsey, if you can, yes, I can do that. But if you can also go to any of my videos that I do project healing energy, you can also hit that and watch it. And the reason I'm saying that is because when you see the video, it is always in the now. It is always in the present moment. So even if I've done that video a year ago, I'm just giving you an example, and you see me projecting energy through it, it doesn't matter. It's always in the present moment. And when you see it, you are seeing it in the present moment, and that energy flows to you. Okay? You can do that as well. What an awesome concept. Thank you, Brian. Thank you for all your knowledge. Thank you. How old were you when you transitioned in an awakened state? So believe it or not, um, who you really are is always in an awakened state. Okay? You just need to connect with who you are. And once you do that, all that knowledge that you have comes down to you, flows to you, because you are a part of who you are, right? All you're doing is you're just connecting. And once you connect, all the knowledge that who you are has comes to you. As a matter of fact, I have signs that even before I was born into this physical reality, I was already influencing people in situations around my circle, and I'm aware of it now because I was told. But that's why I'm saying you always exist, doesn't matter. Age is not important. At the same time, I'm looking at Bailey. She's drinking water and choking. Amy, I bounced in and out of that state. How do I remain? So, you are going to bounce back and forth numerous times until you actually can operate from it. Once you operate from it non-stop, it's going to feel like you don't even belong on this planet, among other people, that is, right? So, the way to remain in it is to always see yourself as the self. So, you experience the self, right? And once you experience the self, I just got the shivers and goosebumps again, which is validation of what I'm saying to you. Once you experience yourself as the self, when you open your eyes, you continue being connected with the self. Does that make sense, Amy? That's how you stay in that state. You stay in that state by always understanding that you are nothing else but yourself. And it takes no effort, by the way, to be yourself. It takes no energy from your part. Zero. Zero energy to be yourself. So it takes zero energy to stay in that discovery. Lailanese, I don't know what you're saying again. Ley lines. Your videos give a great energy to us. No more fear of death. Yeah, you shouldn't have any fear of death. And the reason for that is because death is a man-made concept. It is an illusion. The only thing that death does in this dimension is it moves your focus from this dimension to another one, from this reality to another one. It is like moving from one cinema, from one theater that you are watching a movie. The show is over and you get up and you walk to a different cinema. That's what death is. That's how it's going to feel to you. It literally will. As a matter of fact, when you so-called die, wherever you go is going to feel more real than what you feel here. It always is. And the reason for that is because it doesn't matter what dimension you go in, it's always going to be a much lighter dimension than this one. Therefore, it's going to seem a lot more real to you. As a matter of fact, from that perspective, you're going to see this reality as the dreaming state. You're going to see that you were actually dreaming this. That's how you're going to see it. So no fear of death. Okay? Awesome. Isam, I'm interested in astral projection, but not sure how to get back into the body. Awesome. You came to the right place. So the best way to do that is to simply have no fear. Okay? First of all. So if you have no fear, you're going to be able to do what it is that you want to do. And at the same time, When you want to come back to your body, all you need to do is see your body, visualize your body, or feel your body. The minute you do that, you will be right back into it. Okay? So, beautiful. Katrina, we love you. I love you too. I've been watching you scanning, but then finally started listening. Scanning, meaning I was scanning back and down, but finally started listening. Is that what you're trying to say? The wise man. So when I scan, when you see me going through scanning, I look for comments from subscribers, of course, because like I say, after all, they did subscribe, so I try to see what they have to say. First, I answer their questions, then I go back to everybody else. I'm always listening, believe it or not. And having said that, for those of you that are here for the first time, I want to say thank you for being here. You can always go ahead and you can check out my page here on TikTok. If you like what you see, you can always hit a follow, of course. And at the same time, you can hit the little bell icon that's right beside it. That way you get notified every time I upload a video. And for those of you that were interested in mentoring, you can find my website to that right under my profile where my picture is. You can hit the link tree and that's going to direct you to my website. Okay. And again, for those of you that want to subscribe, this is your opportunity. You can only do it while I am live. Anybody that does so and wishes to can have a complimentary 15-minute Zoom meeting with me, one-on-one, just to touch base. Okay. And I'm going to go back to what I was saying at the beginning of this live stream, which is don't chase anything. And the reason I am saying that is because the minute you start chasing something, you are creating an energetic block. You are creating a distance between you and what it is that you want. Okay? You are showing the universe that you are lacking it. The better way or the best way to do it is to become a vibrational match to it by simply experiencing it as if you already have it. That assures you a vibrational match. And instead of you chasing it, it will come to you. All the things that you are in a vibrational match will come to you. No two ways about it. They have to come to you. That's how vibration works. That's how energy works. Okay? So, let's see your comments again. I'm trying to say lovely man. Yeah, that's what I thought you were saying. I just still wanted to say the lonely part. I'm sure you were saying lovely, and I actually mentioned that too. I was answering to going within. Yes, so when you go within, you listen. You scan and you listen. Yes, I see what you mean. Joni, so much static electricity after meditating. Is this good? Yes. When you actually come to static electricity, it is very, very powerful, actually. Thank you for asking that, Joni, because I don't think I've covered that before. When you have that static electricity, all it is you are opening yourself up to another dimension. When you open up yourself to another dimension or frequency, you are going to feel as if it is staticky. Another word to describe it would be kind of like, you know, those black and white old TVs that we used to have, for those of you that are around my age group, maybe the younger ones wouldn't know what I'm talking about, but remember at the end of the show when we were changing the channels, you would go to that black and white, you know, they would just go like, you know what I mean? And it would just, you can also experience that. That is static, right? So yes, it's quite normal. It means your meditation is actually doing what it's supposed to be doing, which is making you more enlightened. That's awesome. I also I always see angel numbers 222, 333, 555, 1111. Like I said earlier, all those numbers that we, again, give them names and labels are always coming from you, from other dimensions. It is you communicating with you. What is this you trying to tell you? It is telling you that you always will be. It is telling you that I am here. I'm aware of you, and I want you to be aware of me as well. It is telling you that there's no end. It is telling you that you're not alone. It is telling you that you are powerful. We like to label them as angel numbers. You can put whatever label you want on them, but it's always coming from you. Okay, please, can you talk about reincarnation in detail? Wow, you guys want to really know the details of reincarnation. That's awesome. So, in a nutshell, because it is a long process, but in a nutshell, this is what I can tell you. First of all, everybody's experience on reincarnation is not going to be the same. Why is this? Because everybody creates their own reality. Okay? So, when you cross over, depending on what your idea of the afterlife is, you are going to create those circumstances. So far, so good? All right. So, eventually, you will snap out of it, maybe, right? What's going to happen is you might decide after you've had your life review. And what I'm talking about your life review is you're the one that's actually giving yourself a review. There's no judge and a panel of judges giving you a review. That's you. So after you've given yourself that review, and after you've understood what your purpose in this life was, and after you've crossed all the T's and dotted all the I's, all right, then and only then you can make the decision to either come back or not come back. The decision is always yours. If you choose to come back, okay, what will happen is you will have a so-called like board meeting or council meeting with your so-called spiritual guides, which again, there's a lot of them, okay? You're going to have this meeting on how this is going to play out in detail. You are going to choose your next parents. You are going to choose your family. You're going to choose everything about that life, including your co-workers, including everything that you want to experience. Having said that, that doesn't mean that you can't change it once you're here. Because the power is always in your hands. You are always living in the present moment. And when you are here, you can change everything about it. Doesn't matter. So once the choice is made, poof, you're back into a body of your choosing, whether it's male, female, and so on. That's reincarnation in a nutshell. You always choose. You might decide to stay, or you might decide to go to a different planet, or you might decide to go to a different reality. There's so many different planets, by the way. So many. You might decide to be an alien. So-called alien. We're all one, but, right? You don't necessarily have to come back here as a human. You could be an alien from a different solar system, different galaxy altogether. Choice is yours. The wise man. My mind is always offended by negative comments against me over and over again. I want it to stop. So, this is what happens when just by the way you phrased it, I already see that you have created resistance. And the way resistance is built is like this. You are creating resistance by not liking something, right? When you don't like something, you simply disconnect from it. But what you're doing is you're creating resistance. Therefore, it's not going to stop. You're going to get more comments and worse comments and so on unless you become aware of how energy works and you don't be offended. So when somebody says something negative to you, don't even label it as negative. Just let it be. Because who is the one that's really hurting from that comment? Is it you? Of course not. It's not you. Who is it? Your ego, right? I got news for you. Your ego is not you. You are not your ego. You are the one that's observing the ego. In this case, you are becoming the ego's tool. It's the other way around. The ego should be your tool. Stop getting offended. The one that's getting offended is not you, it's your ego. It's not the self. The self can never be offended from anything or anyone or any comment. Period. It's just, it can't. But your ego can. Stop living in ego and stop creating that resistance if you want this to stop. Otherwise, it's not going to stop. That's my advice to you. Wow, amazing explanation. Thank you. United Macedonia, sir, great that you start the live video. I avoided home working. Oh. So, you see this as a positive, obviously. So you avoided to work from home in order for you to see my live. I am honored. I truly feel honored and blessed. That's awesome. Thank you. Thank you, United Macedonia. You're awesome. Hello, Bailey. Yes, Katrina, she is around. I'm not going to bring her here. She's going to create chaos. You love Bailey, don't you, Katrina? I know you do. All right. Brian, guess what, Katrina? Right after I got off speaking with you, I put her out for a second. Guess what she did? She jumped over the neighbor's fence again. So I had to go and call her over. She's amazing. All right. Do you believe the wind is aware of and has consciousness? Yes, it does. I don't just believe that the wind is aware of itself. It is. I know it is. Okay? As a matter of fact, it's very aware of itself. It has a consciousness of its own. Definitely. That's why you will see the so-called miracles again that people say that, happen. This is another way they happen. They actually communicate with the wind. They talk to the wind. It's not you changing anything in the process. It is you being able to communicate with that consciousness or that awareness. And when you are able to communicate with it, then spectacular miracles happen that others call miracles. But in reality, it isn't a miracle. It's just you being aware of how things work. So if you know how to communicate with the wind, then you can also direct it. And it's going to direct it. It's going to happen naturally. Thank you for the subscription. It's going to happen naturally because it's going to want to cooperate with you because you speak its language. Tests have been conducted with water. To give you an example, there were some laboratory tests that you were doing. And I forget who it was. Not important. You guys can Google this up if you want. He was taking water droplets or water, right? And he would play, for example, he would speak to the water. He would use positive words, and then he would freeze dry it, like literally freeze it. The water would create a pattern instantly. So with positive vibrations, it would be beautiful, beautiful synchronistic patterns that would come out, depending on what vibration, what words you were using. Anything that was negative, like for example, you would use hate. They even used "I will murder you" in one of them, right? The water droplets were so uneven, so distracted, so just, you know what I mean? In one of them, they also played beautiful music. I think it was like Beethoven or something like that, and it turned out very, very nice, right? Another one, they played like heavy metal to it, and again, it came out all distorted, right? What does this tell you? This tells you that sound, frequency, has an effect. How would it have an effect if this water wasn't conscious? This water droplet was conscious of what was playing. It was conscious and it was reacting to it. Wind is no exception. If you speak its language through vibration, it will cooperate with you. Thank you for the beautiful question. All right. Wow, messages coming through like crazy. That's why I'm going to come right back down. I want to see if any of my subs have something to say here, just in case I forgot somebody. Rick is in the house. Good afternoon, Professor. How are you? I'm doing well, Rick. How are you? How's New York doing these days? 28 days, tap the screen. Thank you, my friend Katrina. You're awesome. I'm just going down to see if anybody else made any comment. Rick, it was always under my impression that for me, it was my connecting guides, archangels, and the message. So, I know it was always your impression, but I'm going to tell you a little secret, Rick. This is a secret that some do know, some don't know. Your higher self, okay, or your spiritual self, will always connect with you in ways that you understand in this physical reality, okay? So in this case, what happens, because you are connected with your archangels, like Raphael or Gabriel or whoever it is, okay, your higher self or your real self, yourself in other dimensions, is going to communicate with you in this dimension through the picture that you have about your archangels, through that voice, okay? Because that's the only way they can come through to you, so you can feel comfortable and accept the information that's coming through. Because if we need to understand that it's you communicating to you. So if you, from this perspective, knows you down here, that you're not going to accept a certain message that you would send to yourself because maybe you don't understand it at that point, how would it play out? It would play out in a way that you understand it. Am I making sense here? Just like the vision that I had about, I've mentioned it, about Archangel Gabriel, right? That was a vision. That vision was me. That vision was me communicating with me, appearing as Archangel Gabriel. Why? Because at that time I had a connection with archangels, just like you do right now. It wasn't clear to me then, because I didn't have this understanding then. But it is very clear to me now, because my understanding of what happened is different now. Thank you, Rick. Beautiful. And the number is the same thing. You are communicating to yourself in numbers that mean something to you. Numbers are very, very common for you to communicate with you, to show you that you are there, that you are paying attention, that you are, always connected with you. It's mind-blowing. It literally is mind-blowing. I don't think this information is readily available out there, but it's mind-blowing. Hi dear Nondas, how can I open my third eye, go to higher vibration and experience more realities? Again, by simply focusing on that spot. The more you focus on it, the more your third eye is open. Okay, but what you want to do is you want to so-called activate it, right? The way you do it is you just simply put your focus or your awareness on it. You would be surprised, you would be amazed on how simple it is to change reality around you, to change things around you by simply putting your awareness on it or your focus. When we project our awareness onto something, it changes that something. Whether it is a situation, when I say awareness, I don't mean to put your awareness with some kind of emotion behind it, because then we're shifting the balance again, because emotion is energy in motion. What I'm saying is just put your awareness on something. One of the things that I haven't mentioned most of the time, even during telekinesis, when I do telekinesis, a lot of times I will look at an object without judging it, without doing nothing, and I will just simply look at it. I will just project my awareness on it. That's it. Nothing else. I'm not going to try to move it. I'm not going to try to do nothing. Just simply projecting my awareness on it, it will respond. How it's going to respond, I don't know. It might go forward, might go backward, might fall, might whatever. Whatever it does, I don't know. I just know that it will respond. And it does. So, the same thing. You put your awareness on your third eye, and you would be surprised on what comes through. Okay? Akis from Greece, long time. Thank you, Akis. I'm going to be in Greece the end of June. The end of June? Yes, the end of June, July. Thanks for what you said about resistance. Not a problem. Thank you for the beautiful roses. Love and light. Thank you, my friend Hector. Yeah, Katrina. Hello. Ah, Bailey jumping the fences. Yeah, yes, I love her. She is beautiful. Yeah, she jumped the fence again. I don't know what to do with her. Like, the fence is very, very high, right? But she still manages to go through. So, but it's all good. I got great neighbors. Everybody around here loves me. But still, I don't want her to be jumping fences, right? Thank you, Lori Tucker, Liz, for subscribing. Love and light to you. If you would like a Zoom meeting with me, you can always have a 15-minute Zoom complimentary. Katrina, oh yes, the water experiments. So cool and interesting. Yes. Yeah, see, you know what I'm talking about. It is very, very cool. It is very, very interesting. And it is very, very real. It tells you how energy works, frequency, vibration. And it also, I'm going to take it one step further, and I'm going to tell you that water, it only works because water is conscious. It is aware. Otherwise, it wouldn't work. Just like I was saying about the wind. Wind is aware. As a matter of fact, everything around us have a certain degree of consciousness or awareness in them. And by us projecting our awareness, we actually create a bigger awareness for them. Like, they become more aware. This is what even spiritual awakening is all about. For those that, let's say, are awakened, it is very, very important to project this awareness to the rest of us so we can all raise our consciousness. Now you know what it's all about. It's about raising the consciousness. It's not about beating somebody up. It's not about trying to make somebody feel less. It's about creating this awareness so they can become more aware and join you. Does that make sense? Okay. Good evening, my lovely friends. Thank you for being here. DJ, I'm a hairdresser, and when 3 of my clients, very kind people, come, I always get sick. Wow. Okay. You know why you get sick? Because first of all, you have noticed maybe once that you got sick because maybe they had some energy issues themselves. And now every time they come in, you expect to get sick. And you are creating it on your own. If you change your train of thought in this one, just practice it. Like, just experiment. Tell yourself, put it out there, put the intention. Next time these 3 clients come in, I am not going to get sick. Just throw it out there. Just put the intention out there and see what happens. If it doesn't work the first time, keep doing it until it works. and you're going to break that habit or that chain. Otherwise, you can simply focus on your internal energy, let that grow, and then you won't get sick again because you've built up your own energy. Multiple ways of going about this. I am OBT Tarek. Awesome. Thank you, my friend. Thank you for being here. I have a plant called Nancy. I tell her I love her, and she is going to be a tree. She's growing. That is awesome. So, yeah, every time you speak to Katrina, every time you do speak to Nancy, she will listen, for sure. Johnny Johnson. I've seen that documentary on water. It's totally amazing. Always send positive vibration in water I drink. Yes, and it totally works. It's amazing. Rick, makes a lot of sense. Big time. Now you see what I'm talking about, Rick. Right? I didn't want to tell you that before because I didn't know how ready you were to hear that. Right? Because a lot of times people are not ready to hear something. That's why I always say you got to meet people where they're at. Always meet them where they're at. And I don't mean that in a bad way. Like, I don't mean that in a way of cutting somebody down. No, not at all. What I mean is you need to meet them at a level that they are comfortable with, right? In order for you to be able to communicate with them. And your higher self operates the same way. Yourself in other dimensions operates the same way. Because they are aware of you, because you are aware of you, you're in a different dimension, you're aware of you, you try to communicate with the you in this dimension in ways that the you in this dimension can understand. Very powerful, isn't it, Rick? But I'm glad that that it makes sense to you. I'm happy for that. United Macedonia. Sir, how to maintain the self-awareness? The same way. So the self-awareness, the way you would maintain it is just like I said earlier, you connect with the self, what I call the self, by, I've already described it a few times now. I think I'm going to do a video as well on just, how you let go of all the things in the past, future, and present, all emotions, all thoughts, all feelings, all labels, everything. You just let go of everything. You strip everything away, and what you are left with is the self. Once you've connected with the self, then you open your eyes, right? You know what the self feels like from then on. And once you know how the self feels like, you operate from that state all the time. That's how miracles happen. Got cut out. Say that again. I'm not sure what got cut out. Okay, maintain the present moment more. And that's another wonderful way as well. By maintaining the present moment, you are eliminating or minimizing thought. You're minimizing emotions. And by doing so, you are more connected with who you are as well. But discovering who you really are is by connecting with the self, just like I said earlier, right? But definitely being present in the moment is a powerful tool for you to also connect, right? Well, many thanks. You gave me also a response for the telekinesis, Akis. Yes. Yes, Akis. I'm glad that you caught on to that. So in order for you to move something, because I know you're interested in telekinesis, you don't try to force energy on something. It can work, right? But it is exhausting. The best way to do it is instead of forcing something, that works universal wise too. Instead of forcing things, just project your awareness on it. What do I mean by project your awareness? You don't have to give it energy. Just look at it and notice that it's there. That's what I'm saying. Just pay attention to it. Look at it. Look at the way it is. Right? That's all you need to do. Just project your awareness and it will respond. How it's going to respond? Unknown. But it will respond. But having said that, when you become really, really good at it, you can make it respond in certain ways. You can make it go right, left, front, back. But that takes great levels of awareness. Right, okay, part one, Nondas. I truly have issues to touch people because of memory transfer. What can I do? Part two, I'm so sensitive that I feel the diseases of bad vibes of others very strong. Part three, sometimes I'm drained for days and it is difficult to walk on my path. So, number one, don't touch anybody. That's one simple solution. Number two, realize that you are an empath. What you are describing is typical empaths. The way you overcome that is to understand that whatever you are feeling is not you. You need to disconnect from that. Those feelings that you get from other people, we need to detach from that. This is very, very common with empaths, by the way. They mistakenly get interconnected with all those feelings and emotions that others are having, and they mistaken them for their own. And this is a big issue. You need to be more focused and present in the moment and detach from all that energy. You can also build your own energy, just like I said earlier, by focusing on your internal energy and letting it expand. When you do this, you are naturally creating an energetic force around you that would be very, very hard to penetrate. Hope that was helpful for you. All right, a lot of comments here. Thank you for that, my friend. Going down to see if my subs have something to do as well. Rick, can one place a psychological block by acting from a negative place? So, first we need to understand that there's no good or bad energy, which means that energy just is, right? So, in order for somebody to create a psychological block, you need to be accepting of it, right? You need to be open to it. So if you're not open to it, no matter what the other person tries to project on you, it's not going to work, whether it's positive or negative. You need to be open to it, right? It only works when you are open to it. Okay? Beautiful question. Thank you, Rick. The things you teach are principles from the lodge. Are you a Mason? No, actually, I'm not a Mason. That's awesome. I didn't know that the lodge speaks about such things. That is awesome. Spirit Hippo. In what ways can I make my ego a tool? And what can I do? What can it do for me? It can do everything for you. Because once you realize that the ego is not actually a bad thing to have, the ego is actually a very useful tool. Without the ego, we would be living in caves, right? We need the ego. But it only becomes a problem when we allow it to overtake us. And how does that happen? By just simply allowing it to run rogue on us, right? And the way that happens is we simply, every time, it throws a thought or an emotion to us, we just carry on with it. So by being more self-aware and by being more present of the moment, your ego will naturally subside. United Macedonia, thank you. It will naturally subside, right? And once it naturally subsides, like the thoughts and all that, what's going to happen is it becomes your tool, because now you can use the ego as you please. It takes practice, but very doable. I'm Blue Nordics, yes. Okay, let's see. Any other comments? I'm not going to stay too long today. It is Sunday. Just going down to see if any of my subs have anything to do. Hello, Sharon. Hello. Okay. Awesome. So, awesome. You guys have a lot of beautiful questions still. I'm not going to be all day answering them, of course. But I love the fact that we have this connection. I love the fact that all of you jumped on board here. And I love the fact that we are communicating. Like I said before, remember not to chase anything. Just allow it to happen. Okay. Anything else down here? Right. So, again, I'm going to close off by saying to everybody a big thank you. Rick, appreciate all your answers. Love you big time. And I love you right back, Rick. Rick, thank you. United Macedonia, thank you. Katrina, Shahira, all of you, I love you. And of course, everybody else that is here. Yes, go with the flow. Absolutely, totally correct. I want to thank everybody for taking the time on their wonderful Sunday, or maybe even Monday in some cases, for being here. Love and light to everybody. Okay, I really appreciate all the effort that all of you are putting to be here. Thank you. Love and light to, love you as well, Katrina. All right, take care. Keep smiling. Don't chase anything. All right, always allow things to come with you by simply not chasing them, because you're putting an energetic distance, right? Wow, and I don't even want to close. I got like 94 people right now, right here watching. But I still love you all. Thank you very, very much for participating. Bye for now.